على سيدنا رسول الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا حبيب الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. My Royal Highness Hazrat Qibla Pir Sahib, My Royal Highness Hazrat Qibla Sahib Zada Wala Shan, my brothers in Tariqat, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the blessings of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, we have been afforded once again an opportunity to be in a familiar place amongst those who are like us, who have opened their hearts and who have opened their homes to welcome us because we belong to the Bari Aliyah Muhammadiyya Eidgah. We are benefiting from the wonderful, heartful hospitality that the brothers and sisters of Dundee have to offer us. I was told yesterday that in this caravan of love, there are 87 men, women and children who have travelled from all walks of life, from all different towns, cities and villages, and have come to Dundee. Subhanallah. And to consider that Dundee is quite a small place, and the hosts of Dundee don't have many premises, it is a remarkable achievement that so few can host so many. The presentations that have been before me require me to respond to those, some invitations, some recommendations, and some of the matters that are important to discuss. But there are matters that in the presence of my Sheikh I cannot discuss, because those matters are for my Sheikh. But I want to share with you my experience of the last 2 nights and 2 days. And I am glad that at least one person in the audience is here who I'm about to talk about. We arrived here 2 nights ago, and we arrived very, very late. It was gone midnight. I think it was 1:45 when we arrived late at night. We were invited, before we came we received a text message to say, "Beloved Rahib Rashid Saab and family." And I just had to read the first word, beloved. It came from a young man called Waqar. He lives here in Dundee. It was his invitation and confirmation that I would be staying at one of his uncle's houses. I feel that love right now. What I'm about to talk to you about is, somebody mentioned the other day, and in a number of previous occasions, they've mentioned that the Quran Kareem says that the relationship that you have to have with your father is that no matter what your circumstances, and no matter what the context of the time, whatever the situation is, you cannot say oof to your father. The house that I have been staying in the last 2 days is blessed with a father. And a father who has given much love to his children and his grandchildren. And it is through that love that I, alongside with my family, have been hosted. And to a father who you cannot say oof, it doesn't mention that the father has to be healthy or unhealthy or able or unable. I want to share with you the wider people who don't know about the household I'm staying in. The household I'm staying in belongs to a man. He has a wife, he has 3 children, and he has the good fortune of spending as much time with his father, for whom he has to do everything. From the morning to the night, and from the night to the morning. And for somebody who cannot say oof to his father, and his father is not able to get up out of his bed for him, It is my privilege not to just live in that house for the last 2 days and for the next day. But I cannot fathom, I cannot choose words, I cannot pick words. And without any boast, I am reasonably good with words. But I cannot pick words to express my gratitude and the honor that I have been blessed with. Because this young family have a 24/7 commitment to their father, to their grandfather. But you know, when I wake up in the morning, the son of that father, the daughter of that father, stop their service to their father, and they come and ask me, Rahib Sahib, what can we get you for breakfast? Mrs. Rahib Sahib, what can we get you for breakfast? Fazan Sahib, what would you like for breakfast? Farhan Sahib, what would you like for breakfast? That is, there were people yesterday at the Mehfil in the Masjid trying to express the honor of the Prophet. This is the honor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To reflect our lives, to perfect our lives as close as we can to the commandments of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When they offer you that breakfast, you don't know whether to eat that breakfast to fulfill your bodily needs, or whether you stand and kiss their hands and kiss their feet. People wonder outside, and sometimes I have wondered when I'm driving my car behind Isa for dua after dua, hour after hour, day after day, what am I getting from here? What have I set out to achieve? What can I absorb and take back for myself, take back for my wife and for my children? These practical examples that when I go to somebody who doesn't even really know who I am, other than, well, actually he's connected to the Sheikh. Doesn't know me other than he knows my name.
نعرہ تکبیر، نعرہ رسالت، فیضان عیدگاہ شریف، فیضان عیدگاہ شریف، حضور قبلہ عالم، حضور قبلہ صاحب جی، ماشاءاللہ.
If I can share anything with you, as my two sons sit here, is that the honor that you have enjoyed here today is the honor that you should extend to every single person in the world that you meet. Because of the honor that Brother Rahib and his family has extended to me and to your mother and to you. They get that from where? They don't get that from school. They don't get that from universities. And I'm not knocking schools and universities, by the way. I've benefited from schools and universities, no doubt. And I'm trying to make sure that my children also go to school and university and gain something. But the purpose of all of that gain is to whatever we gain from there, whatever we gain, and we will gain a lot from there. Everything that we gain from there, we need to use everything that we have in the service of Eidgah. Whether it is to build a Milaad Paak hall and to invite people to good, or whether it's to do many, many other projects that are associated with Eidgah. Whatever your capacity takes you, whatever your capacity takes you, let it take you. Many people say that Eidgah, and many people have stood on the stage of Eidgah and have said words that are not complimentary to us. They have, in their own limited thinking, they have seen things and they've said, well, actually, this is not quite right. But in the words of my Sheikh has much more responsibility than any one of us or any collective of us in this room, in this world. Their responsibility isn't to come and sit amongst us. Their responsibility isn't only to come and invite us to the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the guise of a Mehfil. In the guise of a Mehfil. Our Shaykh has many, 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 many more responsibilities that we can imagine. It is for each one of us to present ourselves in front of our Shaykh and say, Hazur, you have brought me from wherever I was to here. I present myself at your feet for you to take me wherever you choose to go. And then when we realize this, the issues and the problems that Brother Arif was talking about, these problems and issues won't go away. that those problems and those issues become very, very, very insignificant. Because when you're in the line of work that we are all in, then all you realize is the honor that people give to you, is the respect that people give to you, and the only thing that you are focused on is to deliver very, very, stand very firmly. And I say this only because I've heard my Shaykh this, that when you are given a job, stand firmly. Because there will be winds that come from the left, and there will be winds coming from the right, and in front of you and from behind you. But your focus is to do the work of Eidgah Sharif. I was mentioning to somebody this morning, we are having a discussion about some of the things that we want to move forward with. When they initiated this mission from Eidgah Sharif, they said to those people who were their inheritors and who are our kings today, and that is why I always start with My Royal Highness, My Royal Highness, My Royal Highness, because these are my kings. They said, do not celebrate my life here, celebrate the life of Rasulullah. Subhanallah. From that day to this day, and from this day till that day, whatever is initiated from Eidgah Sharif, it is to connect us to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I might not be able to see that. Something that this man is doing here, I might not see how that is related to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But I have to tell myself that whatever he is doing, it is connected to his share. His share belongs to Eidgah Sharif, and Eidgah Sharif is doing the work of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If we open our minds to just that thought, and I'm actually giving this advice to me, myself first, and I'm inviting all my brothers and sisters here who are listening and who are watching, to open our minds and to open our hearts. Because this caravan of love, there is no limitation. I'll give you one small example, and then I'll finish. I was blessed to be in Eidgah Sharif over the month of Ramadan Kareem. MashaAllah. There were a number of our brothers and sisters who made some presentations to Qibla Pir Sahib as their offering to better their lives. They made a contribution to the household. And I was quite proud of the fact that I was able to take that contribution from them to Qibla Pir Sahib. And Qibla Pir Sahib accepted that contribution, as they always do. And they blessed that contribution with their acceptance and presented that presentation in the court of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And you know, in my own capacity, I regard that contribution to be a huge contribution. But you remember the example that Hazrat Khizr alayhi salam gave to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. Based on that example, Bisab said to me that this is a wonderful gift that this person has given you. But the need that there is out there, the need that is being fulfilled by Eidgah Sharif, you cannot imagine. So my message to you is twofold. One, enjoy the comforts and the honor and the respect that every person who is blessed to be a part of Eidgah Sharif offers you. Because in that gratitude, I know I will find comfort in my heart, and I know I will find sense in my mind. And on that day, maybe not through my acceptance, but through the honor that I've been blessed with today, and the honor that I am blessed with every day through the connection of my Shaykh, through the connection that I have with this family, maybe on that day when I am running around looking for a shade, maybe I will find that shade from somebody in this family, and for that I will be eternally grateful. And the second thing I want to leave you with is this, that whatever issues or whatever problems that you think that you are faced with, remember this, that our shuyukh have told us this, that there are some things that some people will do that will make God angry, and there are some things that people will do that will make God happy. But His mercy, so his happiness and his mercy and his forgiveness is so much more great, so much more great than his anger. That Hazrat Isa mentioned this in a journey I was with them the other day. That if you collect all of the wrongs that all of the people that have ever been created, and you take all of the wrongs that all of the people will unfortunately do until the day when people will be no longer allowed or able to do the wrongs. You take all them wrongs and you imagine those. And if I just think of all the wrongs that I've done, that's lost. But if you think about the billions and the billions and the billions of people that have already inhabited this earth, and those people that will come until the day, if you combine all of them and you think about them, they are nothing in significance to the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In that there is hope for us. So, Brother Salir, I am eternally grateful to you for hosting me and my family. I recognize all of the responsibilities that you have to your wonderful father. And if I am offered to offer a dua, it would be that I ask Hazrat Rahib Sahib to do dua for you and your family to get not what you want, but much, 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 much more, and not what you deserve, much, much, much more. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me to reflect the good characteristics that I have seen from you and your wife and your sons and your daughters, to enable me to take those. And when it comes that brothers and sisters come to Birmingham, I hope that I am able to act a small percentage in this manner that you have given to me. I'm ever so grateful to you, Nazul. I'm ever so grateful to you for bringing me into this family and to honor me as a guest in a household such as my brothers here. Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much.